The villain Johnny Sorrow, real name unknown, is an enemy of the Justice Society of America and would first encounter the team of heroes in the 1940s. A former silent film actor who was forced into retirement by talkies, supposedly because his voice sounded too creepy, he returned to a life of crime and utilized a device known as the subspace prototype that allowed him to phase in and out of dimensions, making him intangible. One of the JSA members, Sandy Hawkins, the Golden Boy, the sidekick of the Sandman, would damage the device with a well-aimed shot from his wire-poon gun, and the subspace prototype would malfunction, painfully tearing Sorrow's body apart and transporting his remains to another dimension. Sorrow would miraculously survive this ordeal and found himself in a strange dimension, one of the subtle realms, which are beyond human perception. There, he met a powerful, Lovecraftian, godlike entity called the King of Tears that would give him a new form, having Sorrow's consciousness inhabit a suit and floating mask that acted as his vessel while in our dimension. Sorrow was given passage back to Earth on the condition that he would act as the King of Tears' emissary, finding a way for the evil god to cross over into our world. He would also be given the power to call upon the King of Tears' army of eldritch demons, which is pretty spooky. Decades after Sorrow's disappearance, he would return, leading an incarnation of the Injustice Society, consisting of Icicle, Count Vertigo, Blackbriar Thorn, Tigress, Geomancer, and Black Adam, to attack the Justice Society's headquarters and seek his revenge. He especially wanted to get even with Sandy, the Golden Boy, for destroying his body, though of course it was an accident. How the hell was he supposed to know the subspace prototype was going to react like that? Anywho, in this new form given to him by the King of Tears, Johnny Sorrow is completely intangible. The only way to physically harm him is to remove his mask, which you really don't want to do. Sorrow's face had become horribly disfigured, beyond comprehension, and gazing upon his features results in instant death, or at the very least, if you're lucky, just causes you to go insane. When he first returned to Earth, not knowing this, he had gone to visit his wife Andrea, and when he went to show her who he was, he accidentally killed her, something else he blames Sandy for. Sorrow is vulnerable to his own face though, and can be paralyzed by it, or scattered altogether if it's shown to him via recording, or reflected back at him like when Wonder Woman had used her bracelets of submission. While those that look at it do become mad if they are not killed outright, there are a few characters in the DC universe that are immune to its effects, but the key word there is few. The first is Jim Corrigan, the Spectre, because he is already dead. Killing him would be an empty threat. And the second is Harley Quinn. When Johnny Sorrow removed his mask in front of her, all she said was that he looked cute. Harley is crazy and has gazed into the abyss before. Whatever is lurking behind that mask is nothing she hasn't seen already. In the comics, when Sorrow's mask is removed, his face is usually depicted as a blinding flash of light, though some artists have given it a more grotesque appearance, but still vague enough that you can't make out exactly what he looks like, keeping the mystique behind him alive. Some of the other notable appearances Johnny Sorrow made in comics include the JLA/JSA storyline Virtue and Vice, where he teamed up with Despero and attacked the Rock of Eternity. Sorrow frees the 7 deadly enemies or sins of man and attaches each of them to members of the Justice League and Justice Society, which is a pretty neat concept, even though the storyline itself was just okay. He was also recruited in another story by Maxwell Lord to join his team of villains that went up against Amanda Waller, the Suicide Squad, and the Justice League. And then there was also his death, depicted in JSA All-Stars, my favorite storyline featuring him. Johnny Sorrow wants to be human again, and to do so, forces Stargirl to fall in love with him. Using a special dagger, he cuts out the heart of Killer Wasp, a member of his Injustice Society, and uses it to summon the King of Tears into this dimension, promising to send him back only if Stargirl surrenders to him. Sorrow brings Stargirl to the subtle realms and disguises himself as Atom Smasher, whom she loves, and tricks her into passionately kissing him. In order to complete his transformation, Sorrow must kill Stargirl with his dagger, but is stopped by Sandy Hawkins, who at this point had taken the title of the Sandman from his mentor Wesley Dodds. The Justice Society uses the power of King Chimera to create an illusion and make Sorrow see his own face. Dying, he tells the JSA that the King of Tears can be killed with the dagger if it is wielded by someone pure of heart, referring to Stargirl. She defeats the King of Tears, and the ultimate fate of Johnny Sorrow is left up in the air. The story of Johnny Sorrow is a tragic one. Following a series of unfortunate events, his humanity was stolen from him, and all he really wanted was to get it back. Thankfully, though, the events of JSA All-Stars do give him a nice redemption arc, so the character isn't entirely bad. I like the theatrical aspects of this villain, with the elements surrounding his origins as a film actor, and the cliché and romanticized plot threads present in many of his comic appearances, and of course, the eldritch horror elements are scary too, threats of world-ending proportions. Let me know what you think of Johnny Sorrow down in the comments section below. I would love to have this character brought to live action at some point, ideally in a feature film. I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, bell icon to be notified of future videos I release, and support the channel by becoming a producer over on patreon.com if you can. I will see you all in the next one. Take care and stay nerdy.